My Hero Academia Season 6, Episode 11, also known as Episode 124, is now out for you guys to go and check out. This is called DABI'S Dance. So this episode is mainly revolving around Dabi himself. We're going to learn more about him. We're going to discuss that. But let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down in that comment section below. Smash that like button for me and click subscribe as well. And without further ado, let's get into the newest episode review of My Hero Academia. So the new episode of My Hero Academia is now out. Look, last week's episode was the battle, the internal battle for One for All. Like, that was all happening, all going on. We saw Shigaraki try to steal it from Deku, and then obviously the brother of All for One was there, and they were having this internal battle. Like, obviously the grandfather, we got the grandmother and the backstory with Shigaraki and his whole origin and stuff like that as well. So we got all that. So we pick up where we left off. He's got all the spike, black and red spike things coming out of him, and he's on basically his final legs. Like, his body is not recovering as quick, and Shoto makes a comment about that. Like, he's slowing down. His regeneration is slowing down, and even All for One, who's actually trying to take over the body of Shigaraki as well, knows that his body is at the breaking point. Like, at any moment, like, the spikes come out of the spine to hold him together, because without them, he's just going to tear apart. So that's absolutely brutal. And Shigaraki is fighting him internally as well to stay conscious and keep his body. So we got that going on. Shoto's about to deliver the final blow. They know that, like, they have to do it. This is it. And to do that, we got to do it. So Shoto comes in. He's about to deliver the absolute ending blow to Shigaraki. And out of nowhere, the big giant quirk monster thingy comes in. That's, I think it's Machima. I think that's his name. Comes in, and he basically saves the day. And as Shoto's about to do it, he stops it. And this is then where we get, like, Endeavor and Shoto there staring at this whole big creature, like, staring at it like, this is it. I have to do it. And we get this moment with Endeavor where he's like, look, I got a collapsed lung. Like, one of my lungs is crushed. It's fucked. But I'm the number one hero, so I have to step up and I have to do everything I can. So he's ready to fight this thing, and then he's like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Backer goes with the Flash guy, and he's like, stop. Like, just put me down. I'm going to do this. So there's obviously going to be something with the next episode regarding Bakugo that we're going to get as well, which I'm very interested in because he's my favorite character. So I'm interested in that. We got Deku and all that. Everyone's just looking at this moment, and then we see Dabi at the top of the big giant monster. It's like he's just standing there, and he does something to his hair where I think he takes out the dye and he has the white hair again. And this is all backstory for him. So we fully find out, like, this is some great character moment for Shoto, for Endeavor, and for Dabi. We find out that this is actually, I think it's Toya. I think the name of the oldest son was, of Endeavor. This is actually him. Dabi is actually the oldest son that we knew about in the previous seasons that Shoto and that have been talking about. The rift that caused his family to fall apart was over the oldest son and Endeavor pushing him too far and basically killing him. And we get this whole backstory of Dabi explaining to Endeavor and to the world that, hey, look, Endeavor isn't who you think he is. And he goes through this detailed, explicit stuff about how Endeavor wanted a half cold and half fire baby. Like, he wanted the ultimate being by having the two quirks together to create something to drive his jealousy for All Might and become stronger than All Might. Like, that's what he ultimately wanted. And when Toya didn't have that, he was like, oh, I mean, he kept going. That's what Dabi was seeing. That's the whole point of it. And then we cut to Endeavor, and Endeavor was like, well, I looked for you. I found your shattered jaw bones, and they turned to ash. Like, and he realized that Toya actually had more high potential and latent ability than actually Endeavor had himself. He was able to create hotter fire. Like, he he was stronger than Endeavor ever was at that time. So he had the potential to be even stronger. So he thought that would be enough. But then obviously the tragic thing happened, and Endeavor's like, I went looking for you. Like, he's internally struggling, like, wait a second, this can't be. I went looking for you and your bones were there and they turned to ash. Like, how is this possible? So we have all that, and then we get Shoto as well, and they show Shoto, and like, this is a shock to him as well. And remember, Shoto is the prized son. He is the one that got the abilities of half cold and half fire. Like, that was what Endeavor ultimately wanted. So Darby sees him as like the star boy of the family as well, like the one that gets treated. He's the golden child. So you have that whole dynamic going on as well. And then he tries to also throw the heroes under the bus by telling everyone that Hawks is evil and he's killing people, saying that he killed Bean Jean, that he killed that hit number 3 hero as well, saying that Endeavor is not who he thinks he is. So he's trying to turn the public perception on the heroes against them, which is so good for his character. And this whole relationship dynamic of this family is absolutely awesome. And we're seeing Endeavor tremble at his knees, like, this guy is physically shaken up, and it's shown when Darby jumps down and he's starting to use Flash Fire Fist, and he's about to absolutely just unbelievably use his strongest move, which is Endeavor's same move as well. And you got Shoto there ready. Shoto's crying, and he's saying to his father, like, you need to lock this up. We'll deal with this later. At the moment, we have to stop him at all cost right now. And you just see how visibly shaken and shook Endeavor is. It's absolutely fantastic. And then out of nowhere, Bean Jean comes to the rescue, and he ties up everyone, and he's obviously not dead. Hawks didn't kill him, so obviously they thought Hawks did, but Hawks didn't. I mean, we all know Hawks. He wouldn't just kill heroes for the sake of it. So you have this whole new dynamic. So coming into next week's episode, we're going to find out Bakugo's actual hero name that has not been revealed yet. Well, I'm excited for that and seeing what his moment's going to be. We're going to get this moment of Bean Jean as well, because we're getting the conclusion to this war arc very, very soon. So it's coming to its end, and you can feel that. Shigaraki is basically out. He's completely out of here. His body is effed up, man. He ain't coming back anytime soon. He's got to regenerate and that. So I imagine he's going to make it out alive somehow, and they're going to do that. I still think Darby's going to make it out as well. I don't see him dying. We obviously still have Deku, who's out of whack as well, with his arms are just messed up. So we've got all these characters out, so it's coming to an end, and I'm excited for it. I really enjoyed this episode. Like, there's not a lot of action in this episode. It's all information download. It's all origin, lore, expand upon in characters, creating new character arcs for these characters and interactions and relationships. And it was absolutely fantastic. So I loved it. So let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of this episode? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash down that comment section below. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Till then, stay safe. Peace out.